think it's recording. It is. So, good morning, guys, and welcome to a new pre-market analysis. I said if I would be trading, I would make an analysis, and if I had time to make an analysis, then I would do it. So, here we are. Good morning. Welcome to a new one. Today it's Monday, the 29th of April. I want to say April of July. And yeah, let's dive into it. So we already did the forecast. Was a bit messy, so that's why usually when I do my forecast, I know like, okay, my Monday pre-market analysis will be the same. But since it has been a couple weeks since I did a proper analysis, I thought like, let's do another one. So we're here in the office already. It's 7:30. I was the first one here. Peasants. So yeah. So what we can see is on the weekly, if we break it down, we know that we had this last range to the downside, that we tapped into this supply zone that sits in the premium side of this range. We tapped into that key level, and really from there, we're on GU right now. Let's start with EU. Sorry, I want to start with EU because I prefer EU to trade. We barely tapped into that supply zone, but with that high time frame supply zone we tapped in, we can see that key level. At that key level, we also have this high here, which is more so liquidity. So that high was taken out, then price moved to the downside, created a bearish break on that dark blue structure as well. We know that we are above all highs on the yellow structure. Is it yellow or is it orange? Orange, sorry. On that orange structure. Wait, but it's not full. That's why it looks yellow. Sorry. And so we know that based on literally every range, we want to move lower. The red one, yellow one, the dark blue one, and the light blue one. So those structures are both looking at lower pricing. Then we have a dark green one, which is currently bullish, and that one is looking at higher pricing. How's my tea doing? Give it a couple more minutes. So yeah, that's a bit conflicting. Because that green one also tapped into discounted pricing. So based on green, we want to see higher pricing. Based on the other ones, we want to see lower pricing. So yeah. We can see that we took that high there, not a specific high, although we have if you look here, we've got an order block sitting there. So we reacted from, I think it's unmitigated, just to be sure, yeah. So we reacted from that order block there. That's why I pointed out that high. That's where the move came from. Now we're moving to the downside. We took out those news lows from, I think it was even 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Thursday 2 weeks ago. Or even 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago. Anyway, we took out that news low. And we can see that after we took out that news low, that caused a bullish break. So, to get above these highs, we need a certain move, and it came from here that day, or I felt like this was a sudden impulse, meaning that although there's liquidity above, there's a high chance of price taking out that news low, because orders get into the market suddenly because of a news event, but there are still old orders that have to be fulfilled, right? So that's why I think that price moves further down again to take out the news areas. Hope that made sense. So let's say you have buy orders here or sell orders already placed, and there's sudden news event. So you place buy orders as well, because based on the news, you know that we're gonna move higher. Then you want to go back down to balance out these sell orders. so a break even or something like that. And what you can see is that as soon as we're at that sell level, at that news level, we get a little impulse. So first people take break even, or whatever they do, orders change, and then again just below that news, maybe they even take slightly profits, and then they get off the market as well. That's how I see it. That's the reasoning for me behind it. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know, but that's how I would do it as an institution. So yeah, now we start to form bullish structure there on the lower time frames, and we have, if I'm correct, yeah. So we already took out those previous daily highs there. Previous daily highs, and we've got previous daily lows still being intact. There we go. Oh, I should have done it on the 15. Anyway, yeah. Now we can't ignore that we have this Thursday high here. And I think we didn't take that out. No, so we created equals right there. Then in addition to that, we've got Asia high up there. Asia low down here. And this is what we're working with at the moment. This is our last high. We have a low, a high, a higher low, and a higher high. We've got some liquidity building up here. So yeah, what I'm looking at really is those highs being taken out. We already did take previous daily highs, but with those equals to the upside, I feel like price can come up a little bit higher. I don't know why I did a double X there. Should have done triple. To take that out, I feel like that's gonna happen probably today. It is quite correctional, and I also feel like we can get a little bit lower into this range as well. We've got some trend line liquidity, or just liquidity building up here, and that will be nice internal range liquidity. Then we have a nice higher time frame supply zone, demand zone here, which is also the last structure leg to the downside, from where we can get a potential move to the upside. Then we have a more refined one over here. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at now. Move lower from here, a little bit further down. We can move higher, but I feel like price wants to move a little bit lower. Target this internal range liquidity and see from there what happens. I think we do have some news events this week. What's this? Oh, we can look it up there as well. So yeah, for EU for now, I feel like we should take these highs and then overall focus on shorts until we get here, and then we can focus on longs. Also mainly because of the high time frame buys we still have. Stupid yawning, it's so annoying. Trust me, it's so annoying. High, low, lower high, lower low. Internal range liquidity taken, and then we look at lower pricing. Yeah, but depends though. If price now moves really correctional to the downside, I'm fearing that this high will be taken out. So we've just got to see. Then let's head over to GU. Yeah, pretty straightforward. You heard that accent change there? Pretty straightforward. Previous daily highs there. We've got previous daily lows down there. And actually, no. So with GU, we know that we tapped into this premium supply zone. Overall bearish range, we're above old highs. Only thing conflicting is that based on this structure, the red one and the yellow one, or the orange one, we want to move lower. But based on the dark blue one, we want to move higher. Based on the dark green one, we want to move higher. And really, it's just taking ages for this range to play out. It's just, I feel like we can go lower. Why? Because this should be an impulse. This should be the impulsive move to the upside. But it's not impulsive at all. It's taking ages to get there. Literally, it should be correctional down here and boom to the upside, and it's taking way too long. So this is just all consolidation. Oh, it's not consolidation, but it's super correctional. Consolidation period here, a little one here, one here. It's just, it should be like boom, boom, if it wants to go in a certain direction. So let me get my tea now. I think I've messed up. 1 second, guys. Oops. There we go. Oops. Alright, so yeah, looking at the way it moves, I feel like if we take this high, if we do, yeah, there should be, it's not impressive. It's not, you need some strong moves to the upside to indicate we were gonna move higher. Now we do get that over here, that we're moving faster. We start to pick up the pace here, but not much as of yet. And same with EU. On GU is that we took out those niche lows and we started to turn around a little bit. Previous daily highs are taken out. We still have got Asia lows up here. Let me go to the 5 minute. Ooh, I'm not sure if that's correct. It is. Nice. So we've got Asia highs up there. We've got Asia lows down here. 1 second. There we go. I have to open a news window. Okay, so yeah, lower pricing for now. Definitely, I want to reach into that discounted pricing, and then from there we want to look for longs. We did take out that news low, so this could be a interesting area. We had that last week's open price here. That has been swiped by that low, and then we got that move. So from here, from below the previous daily lows, it looks quite interesting. It looks quite interesting to long. Other than that, I don't really have anything particularly. Like, there's no reason for me to look for shorts right now. We did take up previous daily highs, but there's no structure being formed on the 15. So I wouldn't take shorts from here. Although it could play out perfectly. It just doesn't fit the plan. So I wouldn't take shorts from there. I would wait for price either to get below here or above here, and then if I wait for Asia highs, I would probably wait for this high to be taken out, and from there we can look for a potential short to the downside. So yeah. For GU is a bit of waiting. EU is looking a bit better, closer to those highs. Those highs be taken out and then move to the downside. If we look at this distance, it's a little bit more than the distance on GU. So looking at GU, if we move further down, then we get into these areas. This supply zone, we've got to be careful with this supply zone because we have equals there. But from there we can then look for longs. If we look for the longer move on EU, this would then be the longer move on GU. Then the XY. So it took out these lows. Nice. So the XY is now in a very strong area to move longer. Took out all liquidity there. Took out the equals. So that's going to be interesting. What's going to happen now on DXY? We had that bullish break already here. Not the strongest, especially not if you look at the daily. I think we didn't close above there, but we had liquidity then building up right there, and actually here as well. That is taken out. A second one there. Then followed by a bullish break. And then we reach below here. So I'm just marking out what I'm currently seeing. Don't know if this is the case, but from this perspective, then liquidity taken out, so we can now target these highs that are building up here. So we're gonna move longer on EU on DXY based on this I'm seeing here. So bullish break, then we have that return to this kind of pricing after we took those liquidity, just about. So it's not much, but there's much liquidity to be taken liquidity left to be taken, sorry. So I feel like from here we can get the long move now to the upside, meaning the short moves on EU and DXY and GU to the downside. Yeah, that can go. Let me go to the 4 hours, see what's going on here. Yeah, we have that bearish dark green structure that's now being followed. Based on that one, we want to move higher as well. So yeah, high pricing is looking really good on the XY. Is there anything else? No, not really. There are probably some trades, but I'm not going over that. I'm not gonna do the recap of the past 2 weeks and make case studies on that. It's too much, or it's not too much, but it's too time consuming, which I don't want to do because of other stuff to do. So this is the pre-market analysis from Monday. Hope you enjoyed it. I think it was quite a good one. Although the yawning is still there, but I can't really do much about it. Somehow, I don't know why it works. Yawning is basically has something to do with letting go of emotions as well, but that's some spiritual stuff. So I wish you guys good luck in the market today. If you need anything, just hit me up, and peace out.